All right, back in May, the University System of Georgia Board of Regents approved mandating that all of its institutions post the syllabus of a course on their public websites. This means that courses publicly post syllabus must include a description of the course, any required readings, and key learning objectives. By fall of 2026, all courses must have a syllabus publicly posted by the time of registration. Some professors, however, say the new rule could leave them vulnerable to harassment and political targeting. Joining us now is Matthew Boedy, University of North Georgia Associate Professor of Rhetoric and Composition. He's also the conference president of the Georgia chapter of the American Association of University Professors. Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here.
All right, educator, talk to me about this move by the Board of Regents.
Well, I think that this move certainly offers transparency to students and parents to know what classes they're taking and what would go on in that class. But I think the list of things you just made includes a list of readings. Students and parents get information on classes and the types of classes and the learning outcomes well before this. So they're really suggesting they want to make the list of readings public, and that's what worries me, because we've seen attacks upon higher education and faculty based upon the list of readings, whether individual people think they're inappropriate or people doing big data searches on the number of times a particular text is assigned. So the big data searches that could come from, hundreds of thousands of syllabi online is what worries me.
Yeah, some lawmakers argue that the faculty is overreacting about this. It's all about accountability, not harassment. How do you respond to that?
Well, again, if you want accountability, students and parents have had access to this information, and we could have put it behind a login. If you register for a class, you get the syllabus. If you're not registered for a class, you could see what's on it. All that could be done without public preview. And again, the university system is responding to these conservative lawmakers who want more information. Over the last several years, conservative lawmakers have asked for syllabi for different reasons, and they're welcome to do that. Yeah. If lawmakers want to hold us accountable, please do that. But we didn't need to do this in a broad public fashion.
They're framing this as transparency, but you're saying they have access. Why now? Why is this happening now?
Well, I think that we've seen a trend across the South of government officials, people who don't like higher education, attacking it in different ways, whether it is cutting tenure or telling us we can't teach certain materials or cutting classes altogether. This is another in the line of those things.
Yeah. In your view, what gets lost when transparency becomes exposed? Does that invite the harassment?
Well, again, I don't like to use the word weaponization, but this idea that transparency is the only thing that's going to happen because of this is false. Yes, I'm all for more transparency. If you want to come to my class, you're welcome to do that. If you want to see the list of readings that I'm assigning, you're welcome to do that. But transparency used in the fashion that it's being used now, in the culture that we live in, certainly has shown us bad effects already of people being harassed through email, people knowing where they're going to be. All these things are concerns I've heard from faculty.
If you had a chance to sit down with the Board of Regents or a Chancellor, Sonny Perdue, what would you ask them or talk to them about this particular situation?
Well, I say the Board of Regents, while they meet publicly, does not allow public comment at their meetings, and I have tried in the past to talk with them, and they're not open to that. Certainly, the Chancellor has met with faculty on a regular basis. We have a group of statewide faculty that meet with him once a semester, and if he's heard our concerns about this, if I were to have him in the room right now, I would just suggest, again, there are ways to do this, ways to be transparent with students and parents. If that's the motivation they're saying they're using, there's ways to do this behind a login that doesn't allow public access.
Yeah. All right. So you're saying that, hey, look, if they ask for the information, they can get it if they don't know where to find it. And so this is not really about the transparency piece. So it must be about something else. And you hinted at a couple of those things. And so we got that certainly. All right. Matthew Boedy, thanks so much for being with us. Really appreciate you.